Alright, so we can go back to Claptrap DLC as a bunch of turrets are shooting some skags. I think I make it in time to see the skags, or at least their bodies, because I wanted to show you what they were shooting at, specifically. Yeah, so that's what they were shooting at. For some reason it's the only exit, or I don't really understand why they have all the turrets pointing at this one side of the entire station, considering if you go back to the other side, where the giant gears are, you can pretty much run to the dump, where there's a bunch of Claptraps. So, it seems a little weird. So their turret system are now back up line. And I think now we go back to the Hyperion dump to go find the whatchamacallit. I guess it's tires. I guess we're going back to go get Marcus's tires, as well as a few Claptrap components. And we get to see the new Claptrap based enemies. And yes, there are Claptrap based enemies. Like I've been saying, so Claptrap takes over the world, or at least attempts to revolt against the way the world is. And I hit F and E for some reason. So just ignore that. Nothing. Just don't pay attention to the idiot. Oh yeah, so these are the statues. I forgot to mention this. There's a bunch of statues around like the entire map that are like little, I don't know what to explain. They're like little areas where they take iconic quotes for freedom and they twist it for a Claptrap, you know, so it makes sense for a robot to say, which is pretty cool. I think there's an achievement to get. I think there's 6 of them, 7 of them. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like it. Fuck barrels. I apparently thought that the barrel was much more of a problem than the actual guy shooting me. Good. My priorities are set straight. Yes, these are the Claptrap units, as I was saying. They've taken the bandits and they've added like little, I guess, antennas and other robotic parts to them, to show that they've been Claptrap, like, I don't know, it's a weird design. I guess because they don't really change much of the actual character. They still do the exact same thing bandits do. So it's more of an aesthetic sort of thing. I still don't understand Claptrap. Like, I don't understand how he can take over the world. That guy can barely, like, walk upstairs, let alone take over the entire world. I thought Corrosive did stuff to Skags, considering they have, you know, plating. Not plating, but they look like they have, like, tougher hides. But I guess bio against bio doesn't really work out too well. Explosive shotguns, you know, they do much better. Oh, bad mother, maniac. Yeah, maniac trap. Because English is easy. It's a weird design to have. Like, I understand why. I mean, obviously, Claptrap's taking over the world. But they could have, like, made robotic enemies. I mean, I guess technically they have, because it's a bandit with, like, a thing on their head to show they've been turned into, into robots. Probably would have saved a lot of time making the models for them, because they can just use the bandit model and then just add a few things to it. Probably why they went with that, but I don't know. It'd be really cool to fight like different robots that Claptraps can make, not just fighting the Claptraps themselves. Because because they do get control of the manufacturing stations where they are made. So it would have been really cool and interesting to see like different giant robots fighting. And I think I'm just running through this area without killing all the enemies because we've already been here, so it's nothing you haven't seen before. Even though no one's shot at me. Headshots do a lot of damage, especially when you're 8 levels higher. Yeah, so these tires are like sort of in different areas, and most of them are like hanging up as ornaments by bandits, which I find weird. Because he told us to go like dumpster diving, essentially to go into the dump to find tires, and we're just like, oh well, let's find the best tires, and best tires usually mean that someone, like some bandit has it. That's weird. Oh yeah, you've seen, there was one of the Claptraps was a kamikaze. That's why he like instantly blew up. And if you notice, we can now collect components from them. So instead of having to go around 42 different specific Claptraps, we can just kill a bunch of Claptraps and they'll drop parts. I think it's like sometimes wires, sometimes motherboards, gears, you know, that sort of thing. I still don't think Tannis has told us why she needs it. Yeah, that right there pretty much shows you how over-leveled I am when I'm staring at the floor trying to pick up things while I'm getting shot at, not really carrying. But they dropped a bunch of guns, they dropped a bunch of weapons that I don't really need because they're not very good. There we go. Sniping is not my forte. I think I got him anyway, yeah. Looks like it. Yeah, so I don't think she's ever really told us why she needs the components, but we just sort of just do it anyway. I have the benefit of the doubt that she's not going to build something crazy or weird. I didn't know where this tire was exactly, but this is the only one that's near a pile of tires. Ironically, we don't look into the pile of tires to go find a tire to give him. Nope, we have to run to the other side of the map, near the skags. I don't know, it's weird. I don't know why I canceled my reload, but okay. Fuck reloading, who cares? Let's do this all with 5 bullets. Pretty sure I'm not supposed to go this way to get here. And yes, they even have Claptrap components to the skags. How that happened, I have no idea. I guess the Claptraps would have like shot him and then rebuilt him. But we're talking about Claptraps here. And then the last one I think is back at the fort. The giant fort the Claptraps are fighting. I think all the Hyperion units have like respawned there, so you know, I don't know why they get so pissed off at us for killing all their men if they're just going to respawn anyway. Just saying, Mr. Blake. Some dude randomly shot at me and I'm like, what? Hello? Being overleveled in this game is amazingly fun because it makes you feel like you're God. It gives you a God complex where you're just like, ah, you know what? I can now run around and do whatever the fuck I want. Because like it barely like it feels like mosquito bites, like chipping away at your health. Like it's annoying, sure, but it's not gonna kill you. Well, I shouldn't say that. Because malaria is a thing. Yeah, so I would sort of just like stand in front of this this sewer pipe where they spawn from, which I don't understand why they're spawning from sewer pipes. Uh, they don't really explain that. It just sort of happens. But then again, I'm really overleveled. I don't actually care. And yes, they're called Claptrap Master Samurai. You did see that correct. And those are the kamikazes that just blow up by themselves. When you're dealing them by themselves, they are perfectly fine. They're so easy to handle. When you're dealing with large groups and boss fights, which, spoiler, there is, it gets a little harder. I don't think this entire time my shield has even like gone off. I'm not sure if that means I have a really good shield or the fact that everyone doesn't do enough damage. I'm not complaining. Level, it makes sense for the game, but well, I don't know. The level is a little weird. The leveling system in this game. Because I remember the first time I played this, no, the second game had much harder DLCs for some reason. When I first played the DLC for Borderlands 2, the leveling was like, they were 2 or 3 levels higher than me, and that actually really hurts because being like 1 or 2 levels off can change the game drastically. Like, it was so much harder to do anything. But in the DLCs that I recorded, it was perfectly easy. Like, I didn't have much trouble with any of the DLCs. Like, there were a few bosses that I had to, I think, redo once or twice. Yeah, once or twice, I don't know. It's been a while since I recorded them. I think I do collect 20 or 42 parts. I didn't mean to do that, like, intentionally. I didn't, like, come all the way out here to get 42 pieces, but I did, so I was like, oh, cool. I'll take it. And I'm not sure why I'm changing the weapon. I think I'm checking this new weapon. So, the fire damage weapons don't do anything against Claptrap units, as you might expect. I don't think they do anyway. Like I said, in this game they don't have a corrosive health bar, or armor health bar I should say. You can't really tell the difference between armor and health. It's pretty much the same thing. I assume the Claptrap units would take more damage from corrosive and than they would fire, because they are made out of metal, so there is that logic. But I don't know, maybe I overheat their wiring or their system, I don't know. So we hand in the 42 pieces, and we have to do 75 now.
We'll speak again.
Ugh. So I'm not really sure what the gears for that little section is for. I don't know. I don't see why they have that giant gear system. It's just there. A bunch of random civilians just chilling at a bar. Because, you know, why not? And I'm gonna hand in the 6 tires. I'm not sure I'm going to Blake. I think the only mission now I have is to go to turn off the power. Do I make it? Do I make it? Not at all. Holy shit, the jump is horrible. That one's better. I think I overshot that and hit the... Yep. I think I thought I got stuck there. That was really bad. Jumping skill is not my forte, apparently. Apparently that makes sniping and jumping not my forte. Means I suck at Sniper Elite and Mario. I haven't played Sniper Elite V2 in a while. I might start recording that. I think I have Shock Sticky on. I think that's what I have. I'm not sure. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I do. I do have Transfusion, which does more damage, but I don't really need health. Because as I've been saying, I do a lot of damage, and I don't take a lot of damage, so that don't really need to increase it anymore.
Scared? More than a few brave men have turned chicken at Sanders Gorge, and even more have made that truly awful joke.
Yeah, yeah. Since it's Sanders Gorge, it's a little confusing. The map's a little off. It's really confusing to see where to go in this map, and I do get a little lost. And they put a question mark in. Come on, they put a question mark in.